Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Polo, and today we're checking out kind of a special episode because First 48 is one of my favorite shows. All right. If you watch First 48, we'll probably get along pretty good. All right. Because I've seen every episode, or just about every episode, some of them multiple times, because I am fascinated with human behavior and how someone can take someone's life so fast for nothing, or people betray each other. There's just so much you learn from watching that show. So this is Tom Segura Loves First 48. Now, before we get into it, please like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And if you like this video, that lets me know that you want me to check out more content from Tom Segura. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go.
God, it's so weird. People ask me, I get asked fucking travel advice from strangers. Can we just break down how crazy that is? Like, people come up to me and they're like, hey, you travel a lot, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, where should I go? I don't fucking know you, man. You ask travel advice to people who know you intimately. They know you well. They can guide you based on what they know about you. I mean, you don't ask strangers dining advice, right? Because you're like, hey, where should I eat tonight? I know I've never met you before in my life, but do you think you could give me a recommendation? Yeah, you should try this dim sum place. But then that person might go, oh, I hate the Asian world. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that about you. Right. Like, yeah, I killed like 4 of them. Like, what are you, like a serial killer or something? Yeah. Now
I've gotten excellent advice whenever I travel from people. It's all about, you have to know what questions to ask, or ask the person a few prep questions before asking them, but I get where he's going with the joke.
Yeah, I killed like 4 of them. Like, what are you, like a serial killer or something? Yeah. Now you're in an awkward conversation with a serial killer. Here's all I'm saying. I can't tell you where to go. I can tell you where not to go. Wherever they film the First 48 on A&E.
Right. Tulsa. No disrespect.
Oh, if you're not familiar with the show, here's what it is. Camera crews follow real homicide detectives for the first 48 hours after a murder. And the reason that time distinction is so important,
I know where he's going,
is that after 48 hours, they give up on that murder. They're like, that's some old shit. What do you want to do today? You're like, how about you keep trying to solve...
I wasn't expecting him to say that. That's good. That's good right there.
After 48 hours, they give up on that murder. They're like, that's some old shit. What do you want to do today? You're like, how about you keep trying to solve that murder, man? That shit happened on Monday. It's Wednesday. We're not going to solve that shit.
I was always amazed at how, like, it seems like 90% of the murders that are solved by people calling in and snitching, you know what I mean, and reporting the murder, versus like when you watch the movies and you watch the forensic and CSI, you think that there's DNA everywhere. You know what I mean? But it's rare that DNA is actually used on the First 48. Most of the time it's people calling in. You know, when I see a few episodes where there's actually a lot of detective work going on, and there are some, it's always impressive. I do have my favorite detectives on there on that show, but I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. Let's go.
There are so many amazing moments on that show. So many. A lot of the episodes take a similar path. I'm blown away, first of all, at how many times there's a witness to a murder. It's crazy. Right. I always thought murders happen in dark alleys. Nobody saw shit. No. Every other episode, they're like, you see that shit? And the guy's like, I saw that shit, yeah.
Or the murderer usually runs their mouth and tells someone who tells on them. You know, that happens more than often.
Where? Right fucking here. Really, I was standing here, and then he killed that dude there. Like,
Tom has excellent comedic timing.
What'd he look like?
His cadence when he talks, he goes, there. Like he just does that, and it's just funny. That's why it's funny to just listen to him talk when he does interviews, because he just has this cadence and he knows how to just say things at the right time.
Nobody saw shit? No. Every other episode, they're like, you see that shit? And the guy's like, I saw that shit, yeah. Where? Right fucking here. Really, I was standing here, and then he killed that dude there.
See, he just has really, really good timing.
What'd he look like? He was like 5'2" to 6'8", something like that. And they're like, that's the fucking description you're gonna give us? Uh-huh. Anything else about him? Yeah, he had ears too.
Right.
Thanks, man. No problem. They still will sketch that shit out. I don't know. And they show it to people. Do you know this guy? And everyone's like, nah. But then one guy will be like, yeah! That's Cricket right there.
Right.
Like, oh, shit. You know him? I've been knowing Cricket 27 years.
That's right.
What's his real name? Man, that's just Cricket. I don't even know.
Right. In the hood, I grew up in the hood, but in the hood, a lot of people don't use their real names. They use, and then some people can be friends for years, and do not know each other's real name. They just know like their street names.
Stop being white and weird. That's a perfect fucking impression, and you know exactly who that was, okay?
Oh, we know.
Yeah, it's a black guy, and
Right.
he's wearing a wife beater, and he's got on a dirty hat, and he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And he looks like he's about 33, but you find out he's 76 years old. And he speaks super aggressively to the cops. I've been out here for a minute! And they're like, all right, Jesus Christ.
He sounds like this one comedian. I can't think of his name, but it's maybe somebody might get it. But there was a comedian who talked like that all the time. That was his voice, but it was a white guy.
When was the last time you saw him? He came through with jellyfish last week. They were looking for some smoke. And they're like, all right, Jesus Christ.
Somebody in the comments know who I'm talking about. There's a comedian that talks like that, and he kind of talks like he's slow a little bit, but he's not.
All right, Jesus Christ.
He might have passed.
When was the last time you saw him? He came through with jellyfish last week. They were looking for some smoke. And they're like, all right, Jesus Christ.
I wish I could think of the movie he was in. He was in a lot of movies as well.
They always cut to the whitest detective from that guy, too. They cut from that guy to the guy who's like, I don't think he's going to help us out. We're going to have to find Cricket on our own. That show has the best moment in television. It's the most dramatic thing you could ever see, because it's real life, and that is the interrogation. The interrogation is amazing, because here's the thing about drama. If you want to have a great dramatic moment, raise the stakes. Guess what? There's no higher stakes than somebody being questioned about taking somebody else's life.
Right.
It's inherently compelling television. It is also super serious. But the detectives insist on using the suspect's street name, so the whole thing turns into a fucking cartoon. Like, they're literally like, your life is on the line. We need to talk to you. Why don't you have a seat? Little stank, why don't you sit down for a second?
You know what impresses me even more? Well, I wouldn't say impresses me, it doesn't, is that First 48 has been on for years. And all you have to do is watch one episode of First 48 to know how to get out of it. And criminals still tell on themselves when they get back there, as though they don't have TV. It's amazing. They don't watch First 48. I'm like, how are they still telling on themselves? And the show's been on for so long. You know, so many of these cases would not be solved if the detectives were not so good at getting the guys to tell on themselves.
Turns into a fucking cartoon. Like, they're literally like, your life is on the line. We need to talk to you. Why don't you have a seat? Little stank, why don't you sit down for a second? Did you or did you not know Dookie Shoes? I don't know no Dookie Shoes.
Dookie Shoes. Ain't nobody in the hood named Dookie Shoes.
I got a picture of you hanging out with Dookie Shoes. I mean, I seen them. I don't know. And then they'll throw one bit of evidence against the wall, hoping it'll solve the case. They'll be like, well, we were talking to Namin, and he said that you were at the 7-Eleven last week. And he'll be like, yeah, I shot him in the face. And you're like,
wow.
God damn, really?
That's all it took.
That's all it took to break you? Dude, lie.
Right.
Lie for longer.
You had to torture me.
You can kill somebody, you can't lie for 10 fucking minutes about it? Like, dudes will break on anything. They'll be like, we heard you had on a blue shirt last Friday. Yeah, I stabbed those 4 people. Dude, a lot of people have blue shirts, man. You can still get out of this.
If they were smart, they wouldn't be committing crimes, though.
Here's what I've learned watching that show, okay? Lawyer up. You can't handle that shit. Everybody's like, I'm gonna talk to the cops and straighten this whole thing out. You're gonna do 25 to life. Have fun with that, man. Nobody asked for a lawyer. I've seen 300 people get interrogated on this show. 2 of them were like, can I talk to a lawyer? And
They do a lot more now in the last, I don't know what year this was, but they do it a lot more now. It's annoying. It's actually not as good entertainment when they don't lawyer up, but.
And straighten this whole thing out. You're gonna do 25 to life. Have fun with that, man. Nobody asked for a lawyer. I've seen 300 people get interrogated on this show. 2 of them were like, can I talk to a lawyer? And both times the detectives were like, fuck!
Right.
And then at the end of those episodes, it said on the screen, all charges against Tayshawn were dropped. Or Jim, pick a fucking name. Let's be honest, there's no Jims on the show. I've seen every episode, and none start with, hey, Bryce, can we talk to you for a second, man? Where were you last Friday? I was over at Tanner's house. Then Skylar had a party, so we went over there. And then we picked up Connor and we had pancakes. Sorry, bro. The detective, bro.
Another great bit from Tom Segura. Like I say, one of my favorite comedians. I just love his jokes and how it's completely original. His type of comedy. I like it anyway. So, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, check out my Patreon below. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.